On today's episode of Mark Fisher Outdoors, we're going old school. We're going to be talking about the old Chompers twin-tail grub. Is it still an effective bait to keep in your arsenal of bass fishing tools? We're going to put it in the pool. We're going to take a look. I'm going to show you a couple of techniques that I still use today to catch fish. And quite honestly, I don't talk about it too much. So stick around. We'll show you what it looks like. And we'll ask you the question, are these old school baits obsolete, or can they still catch you fish when things get tough? Stick around, guys. Welcome back to Mark Fisher Outdoors, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to another Underwater Wednesday. And we're going old school today with the Chompers twin-tail grub. This is a bait that I used to absolutely slam them on back 20, 30 years ago. And it wasn't until recently, when I was having a tough day on the lake, that I went back to trying it out just to see what it would do. And I'll tell you what, they started working, and I was like, holy cow, I haven't thought about this bait in years. And now it's back in my tackle box, and it's something that I will use every once in a while. Let me get in the pool. There's two methods that I use to fish this. And guys, I would certainly be interested in you sending comments about if you use this bait still. How do you fish it? But basically, the first thing that we're looking at here is just, I don't think it's unusual, just fishing it on a little 1/4 ounce jig head and hopping it along the bottom. The specific places that I utilize this bait is in clear water situations. I don't really even go to it in stained water too much. But if I've got clear water situations, gin clear, is what I'm talking about. Lake Geneva type clear, Lake Champlain, St. Lawrence, that kind of place. And again, this is a smallmouth type of bait that I'm looking at going, yep, smallies will eat this for sure. So any of those kinds of lakes, I will think about throwing these twin-tail grubs. And again, like I said, a small little 1/4 ounce jig head, just kind of popping it off the bottom. It gives a great action as it falls, those twin tails fluttering as they fall. It stands upright, kind of in that defensive crayfish pose, and the little tentacles on the front of a Chompers, I like that action as well. It really does, it's just a subtle little presentation. Guys, I didn't mention it before, but please, if you like our Underwater Wednesday segments and you're not a subscriber yet, please subscribe to Mark Fisher Outdoors. Hit that notification button and we'll let you know every time we put out an episode Monday through Friday. So hit that subscribe button, guys. We appreciate it. Now, the second technique that I have found that is successful using a twin-tail grub is behind a Carolina rig. And again, it's just got that subtle floating action, but every time you sweep the rod on the Carolina rig, you get those tails to engage and flutter. And that, to me, all of a sudden, it'll get heavy, and man, boom, you got them. This is just an old school type of presentation that I don't think very many people talk about anymore, and I am extremely intrigued to know whether or not I'm the only one who still uses this, or whether guys are like, no, we just don't talk about it too much. But that's the way it is for me, guys. I'm telling you, I hadn't used it for years and years and years, and I was in a situation and it was tough fishing. I put it on, and all of a sudden, it saved my day. And since that time, I have gone back to including it in my repertoire when I'm in those clear water situations, smallmouth are present, and I can throw it either on a small jig or on a Carolina rig. A mojo rig type of thing too. You know, it doesn't have to be as heavy a weight as I was throwing here in the pool. I just had my Carolina rig set up and I put it on there. But a little mojo rig will actually is more what I would be doing if I were actually fishing, just to be able to let it slowly get down and be able to feel the bottom as I'm creeping along the rocky bottom and things like that, keeping that bait kind of just above the floor of the lake and getting those tails to move as it's scooting along the bottom there. Guys, let me know what you think about this. If you haven't used a twin tail grub in a while, maybe it's time to pull those out of the back of your tackle box and try them out. Hope you enjoyed today's content. We'll see you again tomorrow for another episode of Mark Fisher Outdoors. Take care, everybody.